Hey there, welcome to the Kingdom Minded Coach. My name is Angel, and I don't know about you, but have you ever felt guilty for wanting more? More income, more impact, opportunities, maybe even more influence. Maybe you had an idea to start a business. Maybe you've wanted to start something, build something, create something. But somewhere along the way, you started to feel a little guilty about it. Like wanting success somehow made you and I less spiritual. I know I've thought about that. Like ambition and faith were competing against each other. And if you ever felt that tension, I want to let you know that you're not alone, because one of the biggest lies many Christians believe is that playing small is somehow more holy and more spiritual, but it's not. And on today's video, I want to show you why starting a business may actually be one of the most God-honoring decisions you and I can make. But there's some confusion, and we got to be honest here. Most Christians have heard messages warning about money, greed, pride, warnings about selfish ambition. And again, those warnings matter. But again, somewhere along the way, many of us started confusing success with sin, and those aren't the same thing. Money isn't evil. Scripture says that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, and there's a huge difference there. The issue isn't about us having resources. The issue is whether the resource begin to have us. And you got to think about that, right? God used people of all kinds throughout scripture who were building something, right? Joseph managed resources, Boaz owned fields, Lydia operated multiple businesses, and Abraham possessed significant wealth. These weren't people hiding from responsibility, these were people stewarding responsibility. And that's another important distinction, because God often blesses people not simply for themselves or for myself, right? But through them, they are able to provide, serve, create opportunities for others, and really bring impact to other people. This is just a personal observation, something that I've noticed throughout the years of me doing what I do, and also for me doing it. Many of us are praying for influence, we're praying for impact and opportunities, and praying to help more people. But deep down inside, for some reason, we're afraid to build anything. Think about that. We want the outcome, but we avoid the vehicle. A business is often a vehicle, a platform is a vehicle, right? A brand is a vehicle. The question isn't whether you or I should build, the question is what we are building and why, right? The question is why we're building it, what's the motivation behind it? That's the real danger. It's in why are we doing it? What is the attention? It's not so much the success. The real danger is success becoming our identity, right? Think about that for a second. It's building something without God, building something that is not in alignment with what He's called us to do. It's believing money will solve what only God can. And I've been there way too many times. And that's where a lot of people get into trouble. And that's where I don't want us going. It's not because they built something, it's because they worship what they built. And there's a massive difference there, right? And there's a parable that talks about this, and many people miss this. It's one of the clearest examples, in my opinion, that comes from the parable of the talents, right? The servants who multiplied what they were given, what they were commended. The servant who buried what he had was corrected, right? Think about that for a second. God wasn't praising passivity. He wasn't praying hiding and securing and safeguarding stuff. He was praising stewardship. The lesson in that parable wasn't like, go and do less with what I given you. The lesson was faithfully steward and multiply what you've been given. So if you've been given gifts and ideas and abilities, opportunities and influence, that's what you need to really grasp on. And this is why business matters. A business creates jobs, it It solves problems, it serves people, it creates value. A business can support ministries and families and missions. It can support communities. A business isn't the enemy, selfishness is, greed is, poor stewardship is. But business is simply a tool. And like every tool, it depends on whose hands are involved in it. So, this is, I think, the challenge. If God has placed something in my heart and in your heart, we got to stop apologizing for it. Stop feeling guilty for wanting to grow. Stop assuming small automatically means spiritual. And perhaps instead ask these questions. Am I pursuing this to serve? Am I pursuing this to become a better steward? Am I pursuing this to honor God? If the answer is yes, then by all means, go full force and make something happen because the world doesn't need fewer kingdom minded builders. It actually needs more. Your business, your future business, will never replace your relationship with God. It's never going to replace mine. But our business, the idea that maybe hasn't come to life yet, may become, again, it may become one of the ways God chooses to work through you and I. And that's what I'm believing with this channel. So don't waste what He's given you. Begin to steward it and build it and lead it. Use it well. Bless others. Don't bury what God has given you. Use it for His glory, and He will begin to mold you and to bless you. So, if you're a believer and you're listening to this and you're called to start something, whether it's through entrepreneurship, whether it's through philanthropy, through serving, starting a podcast, a YouTube channel, or maybe it's just an idea to start a small business from home, lead people, serve, whatever the case may be, go out there and do something with it, right? Build with purpose, pray, and don't bury your talent, multiply it. And what I'm going to continue to do here is to continue to bring these conversations on a weekly basis, twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and to give you hopefully some encouragement, some tools, and some conversations that are going to be talking about faith and leadership, discipline, business, and ultimately becoming who God has called you to become. So thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. If this blessed you, please subscribe, share it. And until next time, keep God first and let's rock and roll with that idea. Use the gift and the influence that God has given you. Stay blessed.